Okay, I think we are ready to go. I hope everyone's doing well tonight and have enjoyed their week so far. I am doing okay for anyone that cares and wants to know. We'll move over here real quick. There we go. So, I know I talked about working on cosplay stuff at some point this week. As much as I planned on it mentally being this stream, I was not prepared at all to do any of that stuff. So we are going to continue with regular painting and all that. I do want to work on that stuff eventually. I just need to take the time to go and get everything I need for it. But always having the painting stuff is easy enough to do. And I am kind of got a choice. So, got a couple extra models I need to do. What's up, Dorzo? Welcome to the stream. Figured take the stream and work on these Hellblasters and Inceptors and get them at least battle ready. Not parade ready, but battle ready. So we'll do a little bit with them here and there. Actually kind of look at everything and no, I'll leave that black. I was tempted to put a big orange circle painted here, but I think we'll leave it black. Hello, Joseph. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well this evening. Actually, we are going to put this guy on, and we'll do the rest of his little spots. Your local game store hasn't had much foot traffic for 40k stuff, and they got all the Battle Force boxes. Only if you really want one, grab it if you really want it. But if you don't need the stuff in it, then don't go for it, I'd say. It is 250 bucks you'd be dropping on something like that. Trust me. The temptation is high to always grab the newest box, but it is also important to save and spend money on other important things. So, but that is just my opinion. But that also being said, I did get a new model that I bought. Well, pre-used model. I saw it on eBay and I just love the way the person painted it. And I might just have it sit on the shelf for what's the word? Inspiration. But we'll see. We will see. So, for those that are curious what I am going to be doing, I am going to be adding this pink to all the spots that I want to actually turn orange eventually. Because I use speed paints or contrast paints, and just using the straight orange and stuff doesn't make it appear as well as I hope. So if I use a brighter color like a pink or a yellow or a white, the color will actually pop. a lot better when I then go and use the contrast on it. And I remember that being a thing that I saw on some video? Wait, you did by chance walk out with the Chaos Space Marine one? Well, as long as you're happy with it. I looked at the Chaos one and I'm like, that could be interesting for the friend that plays Black Legion and all that. He's got some elite models, and then he doesn't have any big, like, tank or machine style models, so that battle box might not be a terrible one for him to get, but and you put in an order for Vashtor? Nice. I haven't looked at Vashtor's stat block. Is it pretty good? Or like so-so or something like that? This brush is not really meant to do these little fine bits here and there. Oh, I was gonna say, talking about Battle Force is, I need to somehow add, I could add another. So as I've said a couple streams, I am in a crusade at my local game store. We started with 1,000 points and we're just finishing up the 2,000 point stuff. They're pushing it to 3,000. And I'm trying to figure out, one, can I even go to 3,000 points? Like, do I have the models? And do I have the requisition points to spend to get to 3,000? I'm pretty sure I have the models to get to 3,000, but not like anything big Space Marine wise. I'm kind of thinking and chewing the fat on it, on what I could do here and there. I could throw in, I have a Brutalis and another Redemptor Dreadnought that I could throw in. I might throw in the Brutalis just because I think I need a big heavy melee guy like that. Impulsor? I already have an Impulsor. Impulsor was like, so when I first joined this, they gave us 10 requisition points to start with, and I spent so money to get, I spent so money to get my list to 2,000, and I added a Impulsor to the list already. So it actually initially started carrying the Captain with Relic Shield and Blade Guard. And then when we got to 2,000 stuff is when I could start adding in the Land Raider. So then I switched from them using the Impulsor to the Land Raider, which I don't have any scouts. I could, the game store is selling some. They're like $50 on their eBay. So I'm like tempted, but I don't need to buy anymore. I probably wouldn't hurt to actually add scouts to get that like infiltrate ability and everything, or adding something that does have infiltrate. I mean, I got that assassin that you can place down and then pick back up, so that's an Imperial Agent thing. I thought about adding, I bought a Knight a while ago from the same game store, and I'm like tempted to throw that in. No clue why they're actually used to be recommended to Scout squads. You're saying like they sold to, or like most armies had to? It astonishes me actually how much GW sells like a box of scouts for. It's like 80 something bucks for a box of Scout Marines, and that blows my mind. I'm like, I don't want to spend 80 bucks on a bunch of scouts, even though could they be useful? Yeah. But I don't think I'm going to use scouts that often, to be fully honest. So I don't see the reason in buying them. Oh, you meant in Blood Angels. Okay, in Blood Angels. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. Like, Blood Angels, don't they use like a lot of jetpacks and stuff like that? Which I could build some Assault Intercessors with jump packs. What I think I'll probably do for the list is I'll add 2 5-man squads of Assault Intercessors. Could I make them into like 1 10-man blob? Yeah, I probably could. But I'd say 2 5-man are pretty good. Throw in a Brutalis Dreadnought, which I think 150, then plus 160, that is 310. I can then, I think I have a knight that's worth 360 something points. So I need 670 points to be able to add in the knight. That's saying like add in the Assault Intercessors and the and the Brutalis. The other model that's in the list I added, more for the fact that I could get honor points and stuff, is I added an apothecary, which I'm like, cool. If I'm to use them, I'm probably gonna add him to like this Hellblaster squad. Is what I would use him in, just because, you know, if I lose a Hellblaster, I can bring a guy back. That's kind of the plan with that. So we'll see. I asked in the group like if they are okay with me using one. I figured we're at the point that everyone has like pretty large armies, and adding a knight isn't gonna be anything crazy. And I think it'd be fun to like use a knight. It'd give me practice and stuff. Which I think would be just fine by me. Ooh, that's actually a decent list. I like that list. Huh. Poor brush. Okay, we're gonna put this one to the side because I don't think it's gonna work for this particular style of painting that I wanted to do. So we'll set that there, and then, geez, do I have any that are actually? I guess we'll use this one. I will admit I'm a little bit tired. I have been up since 3 o'clock this morning, out just plowing snow and all that. So I am a little low energy, but I'm still here to chat and be with you guys. And you know, just still go through everything. Actually, if I'm still interested in painting, but there is another side project that I could do. I don't know how many people are interested in Magic the Gathering. There is a project with that I could do, or I can do, with for my friends and stuff. Let me get this just spread, and then I will grab and explain what I'm kind of thinking, and I can change it. Just talking about the stream, change the stuff and all that. So one sec. So it's not anything like crazy interesting and exciting, but I play Magic with my friends and all that. We try to meet, or I try to meet up with them once a week, and we play in something that we call the pin game, where we all play. Whoever wins the game that night, they take home a pin. And I wanted to make a case for the pin. So I found this container here. It's got a clear front. I gotta wash it and clean it. It's been sitting out in the sun and had moisture on it. It had a bunch of like herbs and spices in it. That's why it looks a little grungy. But figured give this a quick sand, spray paint this black, and then I want to add some like Magic the Gathering symbols all along the side, and maybe like some other little things to it. And then have like some cushions and stuff to have the pins sit in the inside and just sit that people can see. So that could be a secondary project we do tonight if I don't feel like painting up some minis and stuff. But it all just depends on how things go. I'm also weirdly like in the mood to like game and stuff like that, so I kind of want to do some gaming, but I don't know what I would do. And I know it's not really what people are here for and all that. Another thing is I always start a bunch of projects and then I don't end up finishing them later on. What's up, Hannibal? Hope you're enjoying yourself this evening. Let's switch over to another guy. We'll put this guy over here because he's a part of the semi-finished crowd. Okay. I'm gonna try and paint up this 5-man squad of Hellblasters and 3-man squad of Inceptors. But we could also switch it to a personal. We could switch up to a personal project. Not that all my painting stuff isn't personal, but I was talking earlier, I play Magic with my friends once a week. We play kind of like a little tournament thing with ourselves for a pin. We call it the pin game. And whoever wins our game that night comes home with the pin. And it doesn't have a case that it could be in. So I thought if I could find some, I think I have sandpaper here and a couple other things, and I get this washed up, I can paint this up and make this be the case holder for the pin. It just needs to be washed and all that stuff, and I think I sand it and it could be ready. So that is the options for the night on what we can do. Let's see. Dungeon Crawler. I remember you guys talking about that. I still haven't checked that book out. I probably should. Probably should check that out. Actually, this brush is better for these side details. I gotta decide which day. Do I make it tomorrow? How is Jimothy doing? Jimothy is in 10,000 pieces. He is spread across the sea in 10,000 pieces and needs to be collected to be put back together again. Yeah. He's scattered across the ocean, and you gotta find him and then turn him back into the one piece. But his kids... I know, all of his siblings are devastated. They're out searching for him now. Oh, you know what's another thing I could practice? I could also practice doing my, chapter symbol as well. I haven't done that yet. Someone told his wife? No, he doesn't have a wife. He went to the orphanage and he only adopted orphans. He would adopt orphans and then turn them into warrior children. Such a good trapped soul. Actually, if you want to see Jimothy, I will grab him real quick. Come to me, my boy. I don't know if those that really care all that, but I'm just going to talk about it. There is a dreadnought in my Crusade list that chat has. I call him Big Jim, but chat has given him another name. Is this guy? Not anything crazy, but you guys like to call him Jimothy Big Backton, or Big Jim for short. So, yeah, nope, he's doing good. So, I was just talking about earlier, I got to figure out, so the same crusade that Jimothy is a part of, I need to add another 1,000 points probably to the game. So I'm thinking I give Big Jim 2 friends. I'm thinking we give him another Dreadnought brother, and that we give him an even bigger friend. Because I still have 2 requisition points I could spend to get... Let's see, I'm at 2,200. And I spent 50 on an apothecary, so I have 150. If I spend another 2, that gets me to 400. So I have 550 points I can play with. I'm going to need to get another requisition point to do the full list that I could do. I'm trying to think. I'm distracting myself personally. You know what? I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna show what I want to add in. Oh, I could also do the other Crusade list as well. That's another thing I could do. Wow, so many projects, so little time. So I got this guy that I could add, and then I got this fucking thing. Sorry. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna gush about some models for a second. So I'll take this guy apart real quick. I got it magnetized. This is the other Dreadnought I could add in, which if someone wants to give him a name once he's in the Crusade, I am... Jesus Christ! Hannibal was quick with those names. So yeah, this is a Brutalis Dreadnought, more of a melee-focused Dreadnought. Personally, my favorite kind of Dreadnought, because I like being up close and personal, and he's got 2 melta weapons, some machine guns on the top, and then his big crushing claws. So we'll put him over on the side. Now, I gotta be careful because some parts could fall off this. It's not fully glued. Like, that all moves, so I need to be careful. I'm trying to show you guys the scale. Yeah. Don't mind that. Oh, okay, he comes apart. But this is an Imperial Knight. They are very large, very big. They're not the biggest thing that I could field, but yeah, I didn't paint this. I bought this from the game store. So when I talk about in the other Crusade, like, oh, if we get to, I think it's 500 subscribers, or like it might have been 350, I don't remember, that I was going to add a Crusade, or I was going to add a Knight to that Crusade list, the 1,000 points within 20 days. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about adding to that list. And just to like show size comparison. Regular Space Marine, which is bigger than a person. That's it compared to a knight. Like, they're pretty big. So, I'm going to put this guy back before any more falls off. I'm not gluing these things on the side, but... Oh, no, I understand Titans suck for points and all that stuff. I think I've said here that if I'm going to add a knight, a Titan, I know what model I'm getting, and it's not even an actual Titan model. Okay, that might stay. Might. Keyword is might. Okay. We're going to put the knight somewhere. His little thing fell off. And then we're going to take the other dreadnought and throw him over here. So, I've said if I ever decide that I want to get a Titan model, I'm going to go to Joy Toy, and just buy their knight model and run that as a Titan. That's the same size as a Titan, and I think it looks cooler. And that's a big fucking model, too. And cheaper than just buying an actual Titan. But, nah, if... It's not that one, but if we reached, like... Was it 350 or 500? I can't remember. I gotta go back and rewatch that stream. But if we reached a certain goal within, like... me doing the 1,000 points within 20 days, we were building and adding a... we were building and painting a model for that crusade, which that army was literally just 1,000 points I have. It's not what I'm painting here and been doing. It's its own other little separate thing I'm going to be doing with a friend. Yeah, GW does hate this trick. They hate that trick. What? You can get stuff that's cheaper and that's not from us? Blasphemy. I do know I said that word wrong, but I am okay with that. Actually, I will be honest. The knight model I want to build is very similar to that one that I do have. I want to add the chainsword, but I want to give it the flamethrower weapon, just because I love flamers more than I do other guns. Right, we're gonna set that to the side. Is this one? Yeah. Add and just paint this up.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I understand how that feels. I do like Warhammer's official models and stuff. I mean, they do look nice, and I like the material. But they're just expensive, and I'm realizing there can be some better looking stuff out there than just what GW has. But yeah, if you're into the competitive scene and doing all that stuff, it's a way different story. You have to do like officially from Games Workshop and all that. I think some tournaments are being a little bit more lenient with that stuff because people like they understand like not everyone can buy a bunch of brand new models when GW starts discontinuing what people already have. Like, I think that's why people. I wasn't around for when like Primaris came out, but I can understand some of the reasoning on that mindset of that's why people don't like Primaris. Personally, I like Primaris, but I got into this when like in the middle of Primaris coming out and all that. But I also heard like GW handled coming out with Primaris like a little bit poorly. They stuck the landing in the end, from what I understand, but in the beginning it was not a smooth and clean entrance. And I think they reflected that in the books as well. I'm rereading one of the Space Wolf books. I've heard the name a couple times, but I mostly know it as like Wolfenstein. It's pretty much when the Space Wolves were given their Primaris Marines, and you're watching the Space Wolves interact with the Imperium, and then the Primaris Marines are trying to come in and like not take over, but they're like, oh, we are Space Wolves, and regular Space Wolves are like, no, you're not, because you're not from where we are. I don't think I want to play against you. I'm more of the opinion of like, if we can just have fun with whatever we both got for armies and stuff, then that's all that matters to me at the end of the day. Oh, you know what I also gotta figure out? I gotta figure out what company each of these are a part of. I know normally they're like, oh, like Marines are split up into 100 Marines for each company and then all that, but I kind of decided that mine are gonna be weirdly mishmashed. Like, you might see some of 2nd Company in combat with 3rd and 5th Company. I guess my idea was like each company is directed towards certain things, so when they have to go out and do like a specific job, they ask like, hey, you, this company, go off and do this together. And then, like, come back and everyone can go to their original companies after. They can still move up the chain, like, in regular stuff and all that, but... Exactly 25 last cannons is fun for everyone who doesn't run knights. You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. I feel like if I have a big list, or if I have a list of like big, heavy guys and all that, I don't think I'd want to fight something that has a lot of strength against me. I don't know. I've been kind of thinking back on it. I might be traumatized from like my first tournament game, which was against a knight player, and I only had one weapon that could really do anything against him. I didn't have any other weapons. So that's why I kind of weirdly gravitate toward Flamers, Melta, maybe, probably Las Cannon as well, but mostly just Melta and Flamer. Can you guys actually even see what I'm doing? Or do I need to, like, do something different? Hold on. What if I don't know if I can even make it any bigger without, like... Oh, Jesus, what am I doing? What is going on? Well, I guess you can see things a little better that way. Let's zoom out. What about there? Maybe there? I don't know. I don't know if that changed anything for you guys, but it changed stuff for me. Yeah. Okay. Dead, if you go into my channel description, I have the link for my Discord in there. It's completely free. I'm never gonna make that be behind a paywall. I have nothing on this channel that's behind a paywall. Everything is completely free. If you need me to, I can post the link in chat, but yeah, in the channel description, I have like all the kind of links to Discord, the Ko-Fi. I think I have a mailing address too, like the PO box and stuff. Oh, yeah. No, when you join, there is a model channel that you can show stuff at. Okay. And a little bit more here. I did not drink enough water today. I'm realizing I am dehydrated more than I realize. I go to focus on something and my head just like goes blank, and then I almost like feel like I'm kind of passing out for a sec. But I'm not passing out. Okay. And we are doing Control V, and there you go. Yeah. There we go. If people haven't yet today, go drink some water, go walk around, go be active for a moment or two. Actually, I know I need to do that. I sat in a truck all day, and you may not think it, but you can get fucking tired just sitting in a vehicle all day, and I freaking hate it. I know I started swearing there a little bit. Hannibal, I want you to walk and read. How about that? I mean, reading's good too. Actually, reading does help your brain and make it stronger and better. Hello, Rory. Yes. Yeah. It used to be just called like Warhammer, but so many other people like play more than just Warhammer. I just call it Warhammer and other models. Rory, you're okay. You're okay, buddy. The dog is whining at me. And I've been giving him pets, don't worry. I kind of realized that my Marines are a little bit like... I did. I just pet him. Okay, I'll pet him again. He got pet. Oh, that could be an interesting channel redeem. Pet the dog. I'll do it again one more time. Hello. I love you. Oh, that's a big yawn. That's such a big yawn, my boy. My big boy. My big fuzz butt. I'll check it out in a moment. God, this paint is a little bit thicker than I thought it'd be. Is this actually even wet enough? Go and look at that mid real quick. Holy mackerel! My guy! That is some... What I'm impressed about is the carapace the most. I like the dark blue and then the... Jesus! As I was saying, I like the carapace and then the like lighter blue on the edge. That Tyranid Prime is nice and bloody. Very good. Oh, you're welcome. Rory, you've worked in out, and you're okay. I love you. I'm right here. I'm with you. I'm with you. You're a good boy. I love you. Okay. I know this is a very slow and tedious part, but it's worth it in the end, in my opinion. Sometimes the most annoying parts are really kind of what makes the model in the end. been thinking about, I think I mentioned it last stream. There is another kit bash I do want to do as well. I guess there's actually 2 kit bashes. I made a custom captain already. Now I feel like I need to make a custom Chaos Lord and give it to my buddy and be like, this is your very own custom Chaos Lord. I made it out of these models and these bits, and it's for you to use against me or sit on your shelf as much as you please. Also, for the same friend, I want to make him a Helldrake out of some models that I'm not going to use, and I want to get better with like modeling and sculpting a little bit. I think that'd be kind of fun and cool to do. So it's I think it'd be interesting to try. Do I even have all the bits to do the Helldrake? I think I'm missing like the head I'd rather use. And then a lot of it is just going to be like sculpting. I have like a body for the base of it. Maybe a few other parts. I don't have like a base. I could make a base. That might actually not be a terrible idea. I'm thinking now. I'm like, the project ideas are turning in my head as much as I do need to focus on this stuff. I am like tempted to try. I don't know. People are here for the ride no matter what, it feels like, so I think people are here for less for what I do and more just for the vibes at this point. Two more just to do, and then Might be switching gears here. Might be switching gears. Do I know what an isekai anime is? Yes, I do know what that is, Hannibal. I do know what an isekai is. About the isekai you to somewhere. Not actually. Oh, interesting. Sorry, I kind of put myself on a side quest here. I apologize about that. I'm kind of switching gears a little bit. What I really want to do is I don't even know where my hot glue gun is. We're about to do some arts and crafts is what it randomly is turning into. Okay. I apologize about this. I'm going to set this over here. So, I'm randomly going to start doing an arts and crafts thing. Whoa. That is a really cool Captain with Relic shield right there. Sorry. So, 100% 120 by 92 wide. $192 millimeters? How big is a... Like, I need an actual hand comparison. Or... Is my knight model... Hold on, how big is a... Okay, so it's smaller than the knights. 177 by 105. And then the Helldrake's was 120 by 92. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to make it a knight size base. And we're going to go with that. Might continue with some painting later, but... I am in the mood to do some kit bashing, modeling, destroying stuff, so that's what we're going to do. So, what I want to try making... I'm going to make a base for this. This is a bigger base than what is normally used for what I am thinking about doing, and I will find an image and show you guys in a sec. Okay. Take your legs, put them there, and I will show you guys what I'm thinking about trying to create. Okay, so what I am thinking about doing is trying to create this thing for a friend of mine. So that's why I was trying to figure out the base size. We're going with a larger base. I think we're going to do a bigger base. I have some random bits and pieces, I think, to make ourselves a Helldrake. And that's what it is. I really want to do it because I have this knight model now. I want the knight to fight a dragon. Yeah, so I'm not opposed to still painting, but it's been bugging me for a few days now. I think after doing that first initial kit bash, I want to do another. And this is a big one. So we're going to do a couple things. We're going to be doing a lot of like diorama style stuff. And a lot of random odds and ends are going to be used to make this. So we are going to put the Space Marines to the side. And I might put the image away at some point. So this is just some weird, like, what is this? This is some foamy core? It's a foam core thing. It's got paper on both sides and then foam as the center. I've used this to do like some really quick buildings and terrain pieces. So this will work as a nice base. This is not the sharpest knife I have. I actually need to replace this blade. But I don't know where I have the replacements. So it won't look super metallic-y, and I probably should sketch this out, to be fully honest, because not all the pieces are going to look correct. Like if I had to, we're going to try making it look like it's perching on some rubble, and then maybe getting ready to cast some fire down or something on the foes below. That's fine. Sweet. That can sit there. Give her a quick pet. We're going to put the Space Dragon away for a little bit. I think the fun part is any other tank bits that I haven't used in the past, I can throw on this dragon, for say, because it's not really a living dragon. It is, from I think what I understand, a demon thrown in a bunch of metal that's in a certain shape. I believe is how they're described. And there's a really cool scene from Space Marine 2 of a dreadnought throwing some rubble at a Helldrake and blowing it up. So that's our rough oval shape that we're going for. We're then going to take this cork, and it will be our first bit of basing. Okay, I think I need to plug in my glue gun and get that heating up so I can actually glue this stuff down. This is very last minute planning and designing. That's plugged in. Let's put it on low. It's going to heat up for a bit and I will find some other bits and pieces. I thought it was really cool and badass seeing it happen, but I understand this if people like playing Chaos and stuff, seeing their favorite faction stuff get destroyed. What I also need to find is a big chunk of foam, because I'm going to make this rise up, but I also want to do some big chunks of foam to make it look like some more stuff. And I do have this putty. Oh yeah. Do I not have another big chunk of foam? I don't think I do. We have to build something. We can make some sort of weird thing. And if I just get the base started, I can always switch over to building the actual Drake as well. No. Okay, that's still warming up a bit. So I'll do the first layer. I want to do... I think the idea is to have the hill... Try to get the cork about like that tall, I guess. And then we're going to do... I have some like crazy straw bits, so I could use those as piping that came off a building. And I'm going to use some old sprue as well, for either brick or the side of like a building wall that has now collapsed. And then I can also use this like putty. I think I was going to use it when I had the foam and stuff for like the rock. But I can also use some other stuff. I could do that too. I could do that too. I do have plenty of Space Marines I could sacrifice, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Because I like my Space Marines. Okay, that is the first layer. And I'm going to do some more tearing. By the way, the Abaddon of the spoiler mini you painted up is still got it at home, or okay. So I did that as a weird birthday Christmas gift for my friend. So it's not even mine. I did it for someone. But this Drake is also for that same friend as well. I mean, I don't know if he'll use it or not. It's up to him. He's his own person. He does what he wants. Oh, Dead God, I wanted to ask, what did you use to make the gore bits for the Tyranids? Like, did you just take some, like, melted glue and just string it across? Or was there an actual, like, thing or product that you chose to use? That one. And we'll fill in over here. I do have a D&D Blue Dragon that I could also cut up and use as parts for this as well. So I'm going to move my hand away and just kind of show off the base. It's very flat. I like the cork that is a lot taller and thicker than this stuff, but this works. This works pretty well for building up the layers slowly. UHU glue and blood for the blood god for pain. Okay. Good to know. Yeah. I want to do, like, blood gore like that eventually at some point. I'm just not sure like what I could use for that. I'm like tempted with this hot glue when it's all stringy and stuff like this because it likes to string. But I think I'd also need something a little bit tougher. Okay. That's probably a good base. I know it's super rocky and craggy up here, but honestly, if it's a freaking dragon base and it ruins anything, why not make it all rocky and craggy? Now, I'm kind of thinking here. Never really a good thing, but I have an idea to build this weird, like, monstrosity. What do I do with my regular snips? Jesus, this desk is a mess. I cleaned it a little bit, and now it's back to being a mess again. I found the head I wanted to use. Oh, sweet. I found the perfect serpent dragon head I want to use. Good night, Hannibal. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Poor desk is going to be a mess, but I'm okay with that. And let's do this section. And we'll do it all the way up to here. There we go. So I got this piece that I think would be really cool to make the part that the dragon is standing up on. So we got that for our scaffolding bit, I'd say. Now, I'm not going to glue the Drake onto the base. I'm going to paint the base separate and all that. What I am going to do, I'm going to take this file and try to get rid of the numbers. I only did it on 3 minis, and yes, you need to take care not to ruin it. You talking about the very stringy glue? Ah, yeah. Makes sense with stuff like that. Okay. I think we're gonna use this for the head of the Helldrake. This is an Age of Sigmar model. I think this is the perfect shaped head for a dragon. So so we'll do something like that. Won't be glued in, but we'll have it look like that. Kind of off to its side. It'll be able to stick and pin in. I will take some of this wood and glue it onto the back and maybe a couple other little bits here and there. And then we'll also do some other rubble building up. Oh, random idea. What if I took a guardsman model and hid it in here so it looks like it's that they're hiding from the Helldrake? I think that'd be funny. And then take that one and stick it in like that. And then just make it lean back and we should be able to do something like that. So I know it's weird for you guys to see, but make that look like the side of a building. It's in the process of or a ruined part of the building. No, I haven't. I'm sure it would be a interesting experience. And probably not too enjoyable. Because I hear the trim is like a big problem when it comes to that kind of stuff. So it's not something I've ever painted before. Something like there. Now we're going to open... I'm not going to use a lot of these popsicle sticks, but we're going to use them for their ability to cover the wall. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. That's fine. I mean, I don't have any actual chaos bits to, like, do the proper Helldrake stuff, but I just got some random bits here and there, and I think I could kind of cobble one together, and I'm going to use some green stuff. I'm going to use a lot of green stuff and some other products to, like, get me the body shape and stuff that I want. I almost want to make it seem like it's more demon and alive than it is machine. With all the stuff that I have, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. Just finishing up the last of these little bits. yes, please send me a pic. I'd be happy to look at it. I'll take a look at it when I get a chance to. Yeah, I'm happy to look at anyone's models if they are willing to share it. You don't have to ask. You can just like throw it in the chat, and I'll take a look at it whenever, either after stream or stuff like that. Okay, there we go. We got the start of a... Well, I probably will take a little bit of plaster and cover some parts. I'll probably add some brick as well, because I'm thinking you're seeing it from like this side. And I mean, these are Warhammer buildings. They are not safe whatsoever to begin with. Keep a going. Yeah. There we go. there we go. This has been in my head since, like, after we got the captain finished. Actually, no. When we did get the captain finished, this was an idea in my head. That down. Oop. Not what I wanted to have happen, but okay. What else is in there? Oh, geez, you got a few models. That's a pretty cool demon engine. And then, oh boy, you got a few Chaos Knights. Huh. Wow, there's some big chunky boys, huh?
Change that beat up. Here we go.
Okay, there we go. Okay. I'm always a little bit worried about adding wood to something like this. Like, will it actually look decent or will it look kind of haphazard? I'll have to go and clean up on a bunch of stuff here and there, but you know, we can actually cut some of these. Or, oh, shoot, didn't I say that's where I wanted the creature to be resting? Nice, I heard Magnus is always a good thing to do on big models like that. Okay, I think... yeah, we're still in the clear. to there. And then I realized I cut that and I was probably actually going to need it for supports for the model up top. I'm having fun with this so far. This is actually really cool. I'll have that stick out, and then I can just take this and... Oh, no. Yeah, there we go. You probably shouldn't be doing this with these style clippers, but, you know, you work with what you got to get a job done. That's how I look at it. You don't always need all the fancy tools and equipment to get some interesting things done. Or at least to make something cool. You went full emo on the names for the knights? What do you name them after early 2000... not metal. Was it punk bands? I don't remember what emos kind of listened to. Yes, in a way. Okay, so that's the front of one of them, and now we get to do the other one, and then we'll glue both of those together. And I'll cut up a bunch of little sprues or take some extra sprue bits I have. And we will have some do. Yeah. That one there? Yeah. Yeah, we can do that. Or I know I could flip it that way and then... Yeah, that way's better. Let me take this and then just... Perfect. is coming together very, very slowly. And then, what do we got? We got like one of these. Yeah, we can do that. The one on the left is called the Bone Empress. The big one in the middle is the Broken Queen. Last big one is Princess of Ruin. The War Dogs are the Mistress of Pain and the Tormented Maiden. I would say you went very edgy and emo on those names. Those are definitely some grimdark names, actually. Come on. Just do what I want you to do. There you go. You kind of did what I wanted you to do. Not perfect, but you're doing it. Now. No, that's not gonna break. And last long piece. Can we squeeze it in there? We can. Oh, I think we'll break it a little bit more. Nice. I think that wall looks better than this one. I'd say that's definitely a lot better. And I'll take my little scrap pieces and just kind of I'll leave that as is, but we'll just glue those. Oh, excuse me. I will admit, I'm not really good at naming things. I put too much thought into it. I probably could just do something really simple and easy for names on a lot of things, but I don't know. If I'm doing a name, I want it to have like an important meaning to me. Still need to get the Tyrant King and Lancer Knight, but I have the names for them. Tyrant will be named the Countess of Ashes, and the Lancer will be the Crimson Duchess. Okay. I like those names too. See, those are very fitting names on like all that. Okay. So I got these two walls done. I should clean them up. I do want to glue them together, but I also want to add... I want to take some bits of sprue like this. Should I? Probably. I wanted to make it look like brick was up on these, but you know what I can also do? I can take my knife and clean off all the excess glue that is on them. Or at least try to. Not the best knife. Damn, it's almost like I should do this as the outside wall. And this should be the outside for this one, because all the big glue blobs are just hidden. Ah. That is what I should do, but I don't want to do it that way. Curses. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay, now we get those two glued together like that. That will be that bit done. Seems like a very interesting color scheme for them. Okay, there we go. Oh, we're gonna change where these place now. Cool. So they'll sit like that. That is the corner of this ruined building and will be the base for this. This is glued now, which it has, it seems like. I think I got that close. We're going to take we're going to be quick. As quick as we can be. And get that to just smush down. This is fun. I like this. And I think we'll paint up like... I'll see if I have a spare guardsman or something like that. Maybe I have just some random bits or something laying around. I mean, I got plenty of heads. I might have a body or two. We can make a little guardsman bleeding out in the corner of this. While the big scary Helldrake is above. I'm thinking of having the Drake sit up here and looking down. Because I don't have anything for flying base, but just having it look down at everybody as it goes and tries to spew fire. Just talking about that, I want to take some Mod Podge and just throw it around the base and sprinkle in like a bunch of debris. So all these clippings and other clippings I have back there, and just scatter them on that base. So it's just a bunch of, it's just more around the building is what I want to do it at. So it looks like it has rocks and wood and other rubble that has fallen and burned. So moving these guys. I think I'm done with the hot glue gun. What? You know it's serious business when you got the cork Severdano head on the hobby desk. Cork in the Severdano. Hannibal, I thought he went to sleep. Couldn't fall asleep and you just want to come and hang out a little bit longer? Oh, could even do like a... Oh, that'd be cool. Like a little bit of rebarb or something just right there. Oh, I like that. I mean, this is gonna be the head of the dragon right here, so I'm happy with that. It's not gonna look like an exact replica of what I showed earlier. Oh wait, no, you're not Hannibal. Oh my God, I thought you were someone else. What's up, Dark Water? Welcome to the stream. Your image is the same as another person we had here earlier on stream, except their letter was an H. I just saw the teal from a distance, and I thought you were that person. So I literally thought you were just someone else. But yeah, I am shy that way. Or I'm sly that way. All good. Initially this evening I was painting up some Hellblasters and Inceptors here, but I've had the itching to paint up, or not just paint up, but kit bash a Helldrake for a friend. So I said, screw it, I can do more painting later. I really want to do this diorama kit bash thing. So I have done, at least for a little bit, the base for the Helldrake. Because it's a flying base, but I want it to be perched on top of a building, looking down and thinking we're going to put like a little guardsman or something in the corner of this here, so that they're hiding. And then this be the head of the dragon somewhere. It looked down on everybody and just like get ready to spew flame and fire on them all. So I'm taking some Mod Podge that I have here. I think so. I think it's going to be very fun. So I'm going to take this Mod Podge I have and just kind of like... I should have a smaller thing, to be honest. I'm just going to do it with this one. And we're just going to smear it at the base of this entire thing, if I can. And then the idea is taking all my random chunks and bits from clipping and doing whatever. I got some back here as well. I'm gonna make it look like debris. I'll just also try to pour some on as well if I can. Okay. Take this and just place it. Not really caring. The nice part about this Mod Podge is that it clears, or it dries clear. So I'm not worried about it making some sort of weird off color. So we'll be able to see all these little bits and stuff later as it dries. And yeah, it looks odd right now. But it is going to be... It's going to be awesome in the end. I know it will be. I know it will be. I'm trusting the process. Ow, I got stabbed by debris. It's like every Chaos model I've ever worked with has always stabbed me. It doesn't... Chaos models don't like me because they know I am an Imperial player. I'm not a Chaos player. And they don't like it. They don't want me touching them. Oh. So we'll set that there. I'll actually put this... Put off to the side. Yeah, that's honestly what I like the most about it. I did a proper big kit bash, or like a custom character kit bash, a little while ago, and it looked odd with it being gray and like all the green stuff on it. But after I was done and I had it primed, I'm like, you know what? This looks really good. So I'm really happy and excited about this. Okay, I'm gonna grab the body and the extra bits for this guy. So, I have from the Age of Sigmar this orc dragon creature. I was going to use it in a diorama of like, oh, I'm going to make it look like I got some Space Marines hunting this giant monster. Well, now I realize that I can actually use this to build this Helldrake. So we're going to use the body and the tail. We might use the arms and a few other spots. When I said it's going to look more living, like a demon that has some machine parts on it, I am not kidding. So I will have to decide what pieces I use what on and how much sculpting I actually get around to trying. We might even make this a two-headed beast too. Who says it can't be a two-headed dragon demon? So, I think first things first, I gotta break this part again and take the legs and stuff off. So, that's one leg. And that's the other. Now can I get the front leg? Sweet. Okay, we got that. And then, can I get the other one? I don't think that's going to come off without me splitting the model literally in half. Which I don't want to do, but that's not a terrible shape either. Because, like, what I'd say, it's climbing maybe a lot lower down than I want it to be. It's going to be interesting to try and cut through. There we go. That's one cut. Okay, and then, yeah, it does want to take this whole back section, which I don't want it to. I think what I want to leave behind is this shoulder section. Do that, and then hello, Leo. I have no problem with people from Denmark whatsoever. But, happy to have you here in the stream and, chill and hang out with us. I am doing a weird kit bash, I'll say. I want to make a Helldrake, but I don't have the stuff to properly make a Helldrake. Yeah, so I am going to be kit bashing my own Helldrake using some Age of Sigmar models I have, and then the random gun bits that I have left over, like here and there. We just got done doing the base for the Helldrake. It's a bit bigger than normal Helldrakes. I just took my Knight model base I had and just traced that out. So I'm okay, because it's just for a friend to like have him use it and all that for his stuff. Normally I play a custom Space Marine chapter, but Dark Angels is what I kind of normally run with, but I'm also a fan of a few other ones. I like Tyranids, Custodes, and the Guard. Wow, the Guard's the last one I wanted to say. Part Chaos when being a Dark Angel. But is the Lion or Luther right? I don't really know if I can answer that, because I haven't read anything from Horus Heresy to, like, know fully what was going through Luther and the Lion's Head at the time. Actually, the very first book I read into Warhammer was Lion's Son of the Forest, so I'm a little bit biased toward the Lion, but it's more the fact that he did self-reflection in that book. Do I like painting skin? I don't like painting faces, but I do like painting I'm not really sure how to fully answer that. I mean, I like painting in general, to be fully honest. I think we are going to cut this a little bit wider. There we go. And then I do want to glue that. I will also add, I did read Cypher's book, and I really do like Cypher as well. Initially, when I got into Warhammer, I was tempted to do a Fallen army. So like the Dark Angels Fallen. And then I wanted to do a Risen, and then it just like a whole bunch of other different stuff I wanted to do. So, okay, we are gonna glue that together. And then I think I'm gonna grab some aluminum foil. And, well, I do need to cut the tail. I think I'm gonna cut the tail off and have that. And extend that. But I'm gonna get some aluminum foil and kind of sculpt it out a little bit with aluminum foil first, and then some other parts will go on top after. Yeah, it is going to be an abomination, and I'm okay with that. You know, if it wasn't chaos, or if it wasn't abomination, would it really not be chaos? Chaos corrupts and distorts things over time, so it just seems fitting to have a weird abomination. And then I think I am actually going to cut the tail off here. Okay. Can that just like pop off in general? Oh, it can, huh? Might not want to, though. No. Damn it. Well. Okay. I got back down to the base, but parts I am going to keep are, I think, the arms. Might not really keep the legs as much. Let's see about some other things. I'm going to get some aluminum foil. Definitely glad I got the hot glue gun here. And I can wire it out as well on what I want to do. So I'll be back. Nice. That's all very cool stuff. It's going to take a lot more aluminum foil than I initially thought, but I think this will work as a good base for how I want the neck and stuff to be. I want it to be shorter, or if I want it to be longer. I think longer is definitely better. So I'll just like glue it up to the top there. And then I'll be able to twist and move that around. Okay. I unplugged it thinking I was done with it, and then no, I wasn't. So while that glue gun heats up and all that stuff, I can make a few more adjustments. So we'll glue that part to there. And then let's get a section for the tail. Yeah, I've been in this weird kit bash remodeling mood lately. After doing a custom Space Marine Captain, I wanted to make some more. And I got a friend that likes playing Chaos. So I'm making a Helldrake because I really want to do a Knight versus Dragon fight at some point. Oh, wait a minute. Are we at the last song? No, we still got some time. Okay, so this is the neck one. This is the tail. It's not going to be perfect. I will check it out at some point when I get a chance to. The fun part is I still want to use this tail again for like the end part, so I'm just trying to figure out where all that goes. What is this? Okay. Start to melt. We just now this will be the first time actually doing anything this big and drastic for me. So I'm expecting it to turn into a huge mess and not any sort of it's gonna look like shit at the end. That's fully what I expect. It's just gonna look like shit. So we are going to then take some I do have some like air hardened clay, but the idea for sculpting around these arms and holes, I was just going to use green stuff and add as many metal or gun bits that I could. Make it look, I don't know, kind of Cyber Dragon. Oh no, I no, I fully know that. Like every day we learn and try something new. Like this, if I'm not trying something new in this hobby, then I'm not progressing. I'm not usually a fan of doing super glue all the way, but nothing's gonna look perfect the first time you ever do it. It comes with time and practice. But I am happy to have people from all over the world come here and watch my stuff. I'd like to see Denmark at some point in my life. It is a beautiful looking country. All the Nordic countries seem really beautiful. Okay, so we got that. Now, this is going to be the head that I want to use. I will cut it and reshape it that way. So, like, it'll have a long spindly head. Do I want to use this arm, though? I think I do. And I cut it from here. I think I want to turn it so it's like that. Not fully sure. I don't really have the best wings either. I can steal some wings from other stuff. So this is the part. I need that top section to fill up there. So we'll cut that way. Like having you here, but just having a nice time in these times calms my Danish heart. That makes me happy to hear. That makes me very happy to hear. I try to, I don't know, I try to think about what I want to put out for content and stuff like that, and I just want something that people can just sit and relax to, and if they're working on their own hobbies and projects, they're able to do that here in the background, or just kind of sit and watch me fiddle faddle and fumble with all these weird tricky bits. Okay, there we go. So we'll do that. Can I reuse these arms, or should I try to sculpt out some new arms? That's a question. That is a question for me to figure out. There. And I'm just going to retouch up that with some glue. Okay. So that is what I just cut from this, but if I could do that, so just kind of show. Well, it took me a second to actually register what you were joking about. I'm like, what? And then, yeah. I'm just kind of looking at it right now and figuring out. I know I just cut that, and it's just like, oh, I could put that there, and it's just literally where it was before. But I think I'll turn it like that. Be a very big hole, but just try and turn it so it looks like this instead. And then I can clip this. Cool. And then, yeah, we'll just turn that to be like that, so that when because the idea is if I can have part of it or maybe I want to look like that so it's touching the top of the building. And then the other arm, well, one arm there, and then the other one gripping down here. So then I gotta turn it so it looks like that. Ooh, it's a possibility. It's one possibility. I know you guys can't see it that well. Or I can have it so its legs are here, and then one of its arms are here, and then the other one is doing something different. So many options. So many options. I'm actually gonna turn this tail so it, I think, bends like that. And then take its snaking head. Do something like that. Give it a semi-S shape because it curves around that way again. Yeah. Yeah, I really am just trying to figure out what and where I want to sit so that it actually looks, oh, that it just looks good to me. I won't be doing too much more tonight because it's almost 10 o'clock here. I am going to get some sleep soon and all that, but I think I got a good start on it. Yeah. So it's got a large fat body, but a very skinny head. Actually, probably should make it more like that to go with the curve. And then I can have it go down as well. So like that for the body. Goodbye, Leo. Enjoy the rest of your morning, I guess, for you. Yeah, that's what we'll do for all that. And then I do, like I said, still want to use this as its tail because I like the barb and bladed look on it. So it's got a very fat main body, but very, thinner sections. Okay, now we're just gonna fill that full of glue and then we'll just glue the tail on. More like that. I think I want it more like that. Yeah. And I think I want the head. I can pull it out a little bit. Could do like that, just a little bit in, or I can make sure it's really secure and do it like that much in. I think we'll just do like that much. So we'll fill the inside like I did with the tail, and then just go from there. There. It's kind of giving me like Black Dragon kind of vibes from like D&D and stuff. Maybe instead of reusing these arms, I should just I play the, if you're asking about Warhammer, I do play the tabletop. Just because I spend all this time and money building and painting these models, I might as well learn how to play. But I also enjoy the lore. So I'm a little bit of a mixture of everything. If I had to say, like, gaming's like the game part's probably on like the bottom of my list, but I really enjoy painting and I enjoy building. So I guess it goes the tabletop, the lore, then building and painting. So it's all still fun for me at the end of the day. Okay, I think we got that. Now that I have that there, I'm going to take some more foil and just kind of build up around the neck and stuff. A lot of crinkling and all that. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I used to be just open up the box, build it on like one of the styles that they recommend, and then go from there. I will still do that. I'm experimenting right now with everything I'm doing. Seeing how it goes. Okay, if that's how I'm going to want that to be, I'll throw a little bit of glue down. I mean, Warhammer isn't the only... Ooh, that is very hot. Ooh. Warhammer isn't the only thing that I want to get into and do as on this channel. I want to do some cosplays and prop making and film stuff on this channel eventually at some point. But Warhammer is my initial hobby and interest. So it just starts off with that, and then eventually I will grow into other things. Is how I look at it. Okay, what I want to do is use this and just kind of like give me some sort of base, I guess, for body. Yeah. About that. About like that. I will say the part of the game that I do enjoy is Crusade, which is a more narrative way of playing Warhammer. I've been having fun with that because I get to take these models that I'm building and stuff and pretty much make a story with them. I have a 1/16 Leo ATV. I have to make a Leopard 2A7DK. Talk about scratch build. Oof. Oh, best of luck with that. I know you guys probably can't see too... Wow, I'm holding it like this. You guys can't see anything. Wow, we got 5 minutes until it's 10. And foil. And I'm gluing it and using it as a layer to build up and fill these gaps a little bit. And it is adding some rigidity, but still allowing it to move around and stuff. Come on. There you are. Oh. Maybe I should actually take this off. I should have glued on the head last. Oh no. Well, that's going to be a lesson learned. Behind the sunlight. Do it right. And stop the light. Okay, I'm going to just do a little bit more, and then I'm probably going to call it. But not yet. And let's put that back on. Okay. We'll take a few more minutes. Good night, Dad. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm probably about to do the same. But I'm just wanting to get that kind of looking where I want it to. I think that aluminum foil is going to work out a lot better than I thought. Trying to show it off to you guys there. We were able to add a bit more mass to the neck here and actually get a shape for the tail and neck as well, which I am very happy with. And then when I go with the green stuff or any sort of modeling thing that I use, I'll be able to do like whatever to it. We're definitely... I gotta figure out what weapons I'm gonna throw on this thing here and there. And if I'm going to use the wings that I have, which are these things, and just cut them up and kind of spread them out. Or if I'm gonna have to build this thing its own set of wings. We will see. We will see. But no, this is kind of fun. So I am going to move over to a song I actually like using for my outros and stuff. So, using this as my little outro moment. I got a little spiel I got to go through, and then we'll call it here. So, first off, I hope you all enjoyed the stream and being here. I was happy to have and be your host for the evening and all that. If you enjoyed the content here and all that, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. If you want to help support the streams and channels, help support the stream and channel, and see more stuff get upgraded, like better cameras, editor, better equipment, stuff, models in general for builds and stuff like that for the future. I have a Ko-Fi account in the description of the channel that you can go to and donate to. If you also want to be a part of the community and just hang out and share all your hobbies, not just Warhammer, but do cosplay, cosplay, woodcraft, metalcraft, any sort of hobby that you're into, come and share it. It's a Discord that you can share anything you're into. I want to see what you do as a hobby, what you find interesting, all that stuff. But with that all being said, you don't have to do that. Just having you here, watching, hanging out, being a part of everything is more than enough. And I'm happy to sit here and just ramble to you guys. So, with that all being said, I want you to go out there and make something awesome. I know you will.